Hi there, and thank you so much for this nomination to Prix Bohemia. I'm very sorry I can't be with you in person there today, but I hope this presentation from Swedish Radio will give you a clear idea about the audio innovation that we call Top News, which is playlists for news clips. My name is Olle Zachrisson, and I'm head of news development here at SR. The overall strategy of Swedish Radio is to focus on audio on all platforms. Perhaps this sounds less surprising if you're a public service radio company, but historically we have done a hell of a lot of text on digital platforms. Now we focus on innovating around audio, also digitally, and that's how the playlisted news clips were born. In this presentation, I will first talk briefly about our strategic audio categories, then go into the specifics of top news and the playlists, and at the end show how the news clips are also used on smart speakers. Strategically, we have found that it's been very useful to divide our digital audio offering into 3 different categories: live, podcasts, and clips. All these 3 categories have their specific challenges, but they are all very important digital assets for a big audio company that aims to be number 1 in its market. Of course, we will focus on the clips here today. So to go into top news, which is the main playlist for our news clips in our app, the list contains of 15 audio clips with the most important news from Sweden and around the world. The clips come from our national news department, our 26 local radio stations, and departments for sports, culture and science. They also have separate playlists. The list is updated 24/7, and new clips are added within minutes after major news events. The clips are automatically fed from the SR News website, so we don't have to edit 2 different systems. And users can easily navigate and skip between the content. So let's see how it looks and sounds.
Palmeärendet kommer inte tas upp för ny prövning. Det meddelar överåklagare.
I USA har den första tv-debatten mellan de 2 presidentkandidaterna Joe Biden och Donald Trump precis avslutats i Cleveland, Ohio. Och det blev en debatt med flera hårda ordväxlingar.
I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
So here you can see how easily you can skip between the clips in the playlist. Here we have a special collection with Corona clips, and you can also find other clips for culture, for science, and for sport. And from our local stations. It's been so clear that the audience really likes this new form of consuming audio news. We've seen an exponential growth since the start in 2018, and this year the amount of started clip has doubled compared to last year. During the Corona peak this spring, more than 3.5 million clips were played by over 200,000 people. Now those levels have gone down a bit, but we're still way over last year. One pretty amazing thing is that once we get that first click, people stay in average more than 10 minutes. So in a normal session, people listen to maybe 6-7 clips. We are now focusing on giving people a more dynamic 10 minutes by mixing more clips of different length, topics and tempo. Another important thing to stress is that this has changed the way we do our stories journalistically here at the Swedish Radio. We have around 800 reporters all over the country, and all of them are now filing stories in standalone versions, clips that are customized for digital consumption. So these clips have to be understandable on their own without the traditional radio cue that you normally get from the studio. And as we know listeners are more likely to turn off or skip on digital platforms, we organize audio labs all over the organization to enhance the way we tell our stories. We have a strong focus on the first 5 seconds that have to be really compelling to keep people listening. So how do we put these lists together? Swedish Radio has created an editorial algorithm that now is starting to automate these lists. Every clip is rated in our CMS in 3 dimensions. How big is the story? Does it contain unique public service values? And how long is the lifespan? This assessment is the editorial fuel that powers the news algorithm and decides the running order of the clips in playlists and on our websites. Also on smart speakers and other voice-activated devices, the playlists and the atomized news clips have proved to be a great asset. It's only 10% of Swedes who actually own a smart speaker, but the numbers are rising and we expect Amazon to launch its Alexa next year in Swedish. If you ask a Google Home for news, you actually get the first 5 clips from Swedish radio top news. And that also proves that this media form works across platforms. So let's see how it looks when you ask a Google Nest Hub for the latest news.
Okej Google, ge mig de senaste nyheterna.
Här är de senaste nyheterna. Från toppnyheter från Sveriges Radio klockan 9 idag.
Här är de senaste toppnyheterna från Sveriges Radio.
Och vi börjar i Syrien där 200 barn har dött i det ökända överfyllda Al-Hol-lägret där bland annat de så kallade
Cecilia Udén, Al-Hol i det kurdiskkontrollerade norra Syrien.
Det är stora skillnader i hur de svenska EU-kandidaterna vill hantera jordbrukspolitiken.
So it's actually exactly the same clips that you could hear on the audio app. To sum it up, we are building a completely new system for audio news here at SR. All stories are done as atomized clips. These clips are rated and then ranked in our editorial algorithm. The clips and the playlist can be heard on a range of different platforms. And this system gives us a large flexibility for future development. We think that the potential for better personalization, newsletters and new AI-powered products is great. So we hope maybe we can return with new entries for your competition in coming years. That's all from Stockholm. Don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Now I keep my fingers crossed, and thanks and goodbye.